So, during the winter, what's the fastest wearing item on your bike? Well, it's... What? Oh, okay. Tyres, maybe. Okay, tyres, yeah. Okay, apart from tyres, what's the fastest wearing item on your bike? What? Chain. All right, chain, yeah, chain. Okay, all right. No, it's not. It's your brake rotors. Wearing away like Matt. Pardon? Really? Do you have to keep interrupted? Right, you've had your say. Back off. Jeez. Brake pads. Okay, apart from the chain, the brake pads and the tyres, what's the fastest wearing item on your bike during the winter? It's your rotors. Brake rotors are consumables and there's a minimum thickness to them. Now, normally it's stamped on the disc what the minimum thickness is, and it varies bike to bike. Like on the rear of my GS here, it's a 4.5 mil is the minimum thickness, and it started off as a 5 mil. On my Honda CB1100 up there, the front rotors are very thin on those. They're actually 4 mil and they can wear down to 3.5 mil. So check your user manual or your rotors and see what's stamped on there. Front disc on this GS is a bit thicker actually. These are 4.5 mil and you can allow them to wear down to 4 mil. And how am I going to measure that wear anyway? Well, it won't be with vernier calipers because you'll just be measuring the original outside lip on that. We need to measure this distance here, inside, in a couple of places. Rotate the wheel a couple of times and measure them. You'll need a micrometer for that. Just learn how to use one of those. These are actually quite cheap now, micrometers. So this was an original 5 mil disc and I'm down to 4.7 mil. So I'm 3/5 of the way through the wear of this consumable rotor. And these are about 120 euros a piece. So the idea here is I've got to keep cleaning all the crud in here during the winter months to save that disc and save me a big bill at the end of the winter. But why did I say specifically winter? Well, have a look at mine after only a few hundred kilometers on a couple of wet days out on the country roads. Look at this. Yeah, it's like grinding paste. Absolutely filthy. But all the crap off the roads, it's just filled the caliper and the pads with grinding paste. So it's time for a quick wash all around here. Just a bit big, isn't it? No, it's doing the job. That's all I need to do, just get rid of the grit and rubbish. Check the action of the caliper while I'm here. Yep, that's nice and free. Don't need to re-grease those pins. That's that caliper done. Just need to give this disc a bit more of a clean because it's full of grit. Absolutely caked in it. All the holes are full of mud, gritty mud. And that's just country roads. This isn't off-road riding. I don't take this off-road, but I do take it down some pretty crappy country roads. Start to finish, really. I could probably have all this done in 20 or 30 minutes, but it's absolutely worth it. Just making sure I got the last of the grit off. That's it now, all clean inside. These pads can slide easily. Cleaned up the pin with a bit of emery. Yeah, just a slight, just to get rid of the crud. That can all go back in. Now, you know, there's not a lot of material left on these pads, but these are the wear indicators. So I've still got a good few thousand miles on these. And for those of you saying, wouldn't you just change it while you're here? Well, it's still the middle of winter. So this is going to have to be done a few more times before these pads get fully worn down. So it'll just be a waste of a pad if I throw these away now, because I'll be opening this up again to clean all the crud out again. So let's get these back on anyway. And that's my nice free rotating wheel back. Lovely. I might keep that for a bit longer so. Front calipers don't suffer nearly as badly on this bike, but I'll give them a go anyway. That's it, all done, all nice and clean. Don't forget, I'm just getting the grit and crap out of these calipers. No need to push these pistons back in, especially if they're dirty. We'll just be pushing grit back in on the seals. So leave those well alone. They're just cleaning the grit and the grunge out of it. That's nice. That's great, that's that front left caliper done. Yeah, much better than the rear one, but worth doing actually. Good clean around the pistons and stuff like that. That was 15 minutes max, no time at all. I'll do the other one too. Now, after you clean the calipers of the crap and you clean the pistons and stuff, you might have been tempted to move the pads back a bit just to make it easier to get them in. Well, if you did, don't forget to pump your brakes a few times and take that slack back up. Same for the rear.